to sort of imagine sound as this living force, if you like, pushing and coming at you from a loudspeaker is something that very much inspires me. You're hit with a vibration coming from these shapes. That's a big inspiration. The dynamic form itself sort of suggests that there's movement, and that's something I always try to capture with my shapes. You look at the form and you look at the spine and you look at the chambers for where the sound comes out. There's this kind of movement within the shape, and that for me is reflective of the nature of sound. We live in a time now where space is a valuable commodity. So if you can create space in your life, then you're essentially freeing your mind as well. So they're very zen in that respect, because that idea that you're not cluttering your space, you've got a clear space, and then that space becomes full when you fill it with music, it's kind of a unique situation, because it can make something which is empty full of life, and when it's not, it can almost mimic an art gallery if the pieces are correct. And I think that's kind of a big part of the listening experience. Really, the pods were an antidote for boxes, because essentially back in the 90s, the early 90s, when everything was technical based, speakers weren't looked as something aesthetic. They were square boxes, and they were seen as something that delivered a function, a technical function at that, rather than anything to be considered in any artistic merit. It's relevant because it creates space in many ways. It creates a listening space, and it inspires a space in terms of style. I like my speakers to take me, I like my sounds to take me somewhere else, and put me in a place, in a meditative place, if you like, or the realms of the imagination. That for me, that's what sound does. Sound allows you to travel without movement, and you start to travel within yourself. It's there every time you press play, and it's playing everything that you want it to play. The idea with pods is that they're built to last, and as long as you're listening to music, you have a reason to own them.